Running a home service business is hard. So how is it that some people make it look so easy? Well, we'll tell you. This is the Freedom Blueprint Podcast. It's always good to hear the wins that successful contractors have. But have you ever thought that the best advice would be to hear about the speed bumps they encountered, the mistakes they've made along the way? We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want you to be successful and avoid the mistakes others have made. Let's get this party started. Welcome to the Freedom Blueprint Podcast. Now your host, Justin Deese.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Freedom Blueprint Podcast. And this one, we're actually doing live at the Power Profit Workshop, hosted by my wife, the virtual CFO. Jeff, appreciate you coming and hanging out, man.
Thanks, Justin. Glad to be here, man. I really appreciate it.
So, again, this is live at the show. Jeff got here early. Jeff is in the garage door space. And what's funny is I was talking to a couple guys yesterday, and I said, every time we do these events, it's always the plumbers that show up first. And you and your brother showed up, and y'all were the first ones.
We're here to make a difference, man. We want to let people know the garage doors are here, man. So they showed up first.
That industry is so fascinating to me, and it's funny because there's so many times now that I realize how large it's growing that I go, I need this gadget.
Absolutely.
I need that gadget.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me, too. I've been in the industry for over 30 years now, and it's fascinating to me every day just because of the way it's grown and the growth. And I'm one of those guys that, just like a lot of the plumbers and HVAC guys out there that started in a truck and were just a helper, and I've seen this industry grow so much. But in the past, 5 to 10 years, it's just insane what's happened to this industry. And you're right, technology is a big piece of that, too.
Yeah, and even like new home construction, like Chris and I just had a house built by a developer, and you don't think about it, certain things, and then you get in the house and you're like, what do you mean I got to push the button to make the door open? I need it on an app like everything else in my life. Yep. Just like my AC works, just like everything else, I need an app for that. So let's back up a little bit. Yeah. So you said 30 years. So give us a little bit about your company, where you're located, how long you've owned the business, just the Cliff Note version.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually started a company called Garage Door Solutions in 2013, and we're based in Oklahoma City. And then we rebranded the company in 2023 to Jolly Goat Garage Doors, and we're still based out of Oklahoma City, but we are kind of trying to do our best to take over the state. So now we've got multiple locations in the state of Oklahoma.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so for anybody who doesn't follow your company on social media, they should, because not only are they Jolly Goat as a brand, they actually have a goat.
Absolutely. We
got
three of them.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
So does the goat live?
Yes.
At your shop?
It's a great question. We get that question all the time. But yes, so we've got three. They're actually triplets. So we've got two girls and a boy. Jolly, he's our mascot. He's kind of the one, and he's a big dog. He's kind of our special kid. But he's amazing. And they do. They live right at the shop. So they're very, I like to call them very domesticated city goats. So they're very well taken care of. They've never been out in the rain. If it starts to sprinkle, they start freaking out, so we have to let them inside. But we've got big...
what is all this dropping down? I don't understand.
They think the world's coming to an end, and they'll start screaming. But when it's cold outside, if it gets super cold or something, we bring them in, and they've got these infrared heaters, and they've got these big pens, like big cattle pens and stuff that we keep them in inside the shop. We've got a pretty good-sized shop, so now a part of it's dedicated just for the goats. We call them our kids, and the whole team has adopted them, and they're very well taken care of,
So who gets to clean the pen? Is that an apprentice job?
That's a Jeff G job. So that's on me, and I wouldn't put that on anybody else on the team. There's been a couple times where I've been gone for an extended amount of time where the team stepped up and done it, but that's something that's on my list. And honestly, Justin, I really enjoy doing it. It's kind of fun to me. So it's something that's on my list of duties.
Well, and I think that's neat from you kind of go out in the community, and there's one thing to have like a giant mascot that's stuffed, and there's another thing to have a live animal.
Yeah.
Like a rolling petting zoo.
Yeah, it's huge. When we do events, Jolly's really good. We put him he's got a harness and put him on a leash, and he just goes everywhere with us, and he's very, very good at it. So when we do home shows or events and things like that, we take him with us, and I mean, sometimes at these home shows, I mean, we'll get them out there. On the home shows that are indoor, we'll just bring them for a couple hours at a time. But if we do an outdoor show, then we'll set up a pin, and we'll have if we have a 10 by 10 example, for our booth, we'll do a 10 by 10 next to it also. So we'll set up a 10 by 10 pin, leave them out there the whole time, and then we'll go walk around with them every couple hours, and people just go crazy over it. So
now, how did that start? How did you shift from the goat? How did that journey even begin?
With the brand, you mean?
Yeah.
So we started to back in 2020 is whenever we started to kind of my mindset started changing, and I needed to grow this business, and I knew that it was possible, or realized it was possible. And so one of the pieces to that, there were several pieces, but one of them was we need a brand that can help us get to the next level. And our previous name, Garage Door Solutions, was just very, as those in the industry would call it, just very bland. It was
vanilla.
It was very vanilla, yeah. And we had issues because there was us, Garage Door Solutions. There was also a company called Garage Door Systems, Garage Door Services, Garage Door Specialist, all in my market. And so you can only imagine what we were all fighting against each other for keywords on Google, and they were so expensive. And so these things were, these were all little pieces that went into it. And then I talked to a couple of people that changed their name, and went with this cool colors and stuff. And so I started talking to them, and they were HVAC, plumbing, garage door guys. Yeah. And they're like, well, we didn't really change our name. We rebranded. And I was like, well, what does that mean? Tell me about that. And so that's kind of where it got started. And then we got introduced to some pretty awesome people that helped us with the brand and get that piece done.
It's amazing the difference it makes versus the plain Jane name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know even for us, our business here, Paradise, when we were creating it and branding it, it was how do we make the most out of what we got? So it was tiki bars and Hawaii. The guys wear Hawaiian shirts.
I love that.
And
you got to own it. Yeah.
Well, and then it's so memorable, right? Mm-hmm. Anybody that goes to that home show, they're like, "Oh, did you see the Goat Guys?" Mm-hmm. The Goat Guys that do the garage doors."
Yep, that's it.
Instantly memorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not going to forget that. And the kids, it's great because when we set up the pen, the kids just flock to Jolly, and then the parents are just standing there talking to us.
Hey, since you're here, let me tell you about this amazing thing we got going on.
Exactly. So it works out really well.
That's fantastic.
And it's a brand that we now own, that we can do anything. We can take it as big as we want. Garage Door Solutions, we were very limited. It really was holding us back. And it's so pretty boring. Jolly Goat, we can do anything we want with it. So.
Yeah, Jolly Goat's awesome, and such a great brand. Yeah. So you guys have a couple locations now. You said
we've got multiple actually. So we've got 3 main showroom locations in Oklahoma. One that's north, one that's central, and one that's south.
Okay.
And with the one that's north, we just recently opened up. We had acquired a small company up in a town called Enid, Oklahoma, and which is an area we've been wanting to get into for quite a while. And we really like to focus on what I like to call these boutique markets, right? There's a lot of companies out there that just, hey, let's go to this city and get started. There's a lot of people there. Well, we've found that there's a huge need for our services in these rural areas and some of these smaller towns. So we're really able to capitalize on that in a way that it really has kind of blown me away how much business we can get out of some of these small towns and how the need for our services and our sales process has just been neglected there for years and years. We get into these smaller markets and people are saying, oh, I'm glad there's finally somebody here that can, that can service us, or we don't have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get done. Or the biggest thing is, since we're in the garage door space, we sell garage doors. Well, most people in the garage door space, most other companies just fix garage doors, and so they just go Band-Aid stuff for years.
Fix, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. And so part of our sales process is always talk to people about a new door and their actual wants and needs. And so what we found in these smaller markets is that we're just replacing doors all the time, and nobody has been replacing doors unless they get completely damaged or driven through or something like that. And so we've been very, very happy. It's been a successful business model for sure.
So as you guys are thinking of operation domination throughout the world, we have a severe lack here in beautiful Pensacola, Florida. And our shop down the road, when we first bought the building, I just wanted to be able to push a button and the door open. I didn't want somebody to come in and go through that whole thing. I just wanted to be able to push the button. And it took forever for us to get someone to come out. And then the guy came out and gave me a price for the door the button, the door that lifts up sideways, and he gave me the price, and I looked at him and was like, you can't be making any money.
Yeah.
I mean, so pricing, like, and I feel bad as a business owner. I don't want the guy not make money. Mm-hmm. And then the second there was a problem, I could never get him on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, disappeared. Like, you put a sticker on it, which was great, but then the next step is you have to answer the phone or return a call or a text. So
absolutely.
And then here, Kate can probably attest to this. We, obviously we have hurricanes. And when we had our last hurricane in when was Sally? 2020, 2021. I mean, we were on the water. I mean, we blew all of our garage doors, all of my neighbors' like everybody's garage doors are floating down.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Months it took to find someone to replace it.
I believe it.
Months.
Yeah.
So I think you guys are in such a good industry, and it just, I'm shocked that 30 years ago it wasn't just the new construction. Like, was there actual service then?
There was, yeah. There were still a lot of repairs going on, and that's all I ever knew was really the service side of it. New construction was really never my game. I was living in Florida for a little while and working for a company in North Florida that we did focus on new construction. And then, of course, when the market in 2008 and all that stuff tanked and Florida was hit harder than anybody else, and we immediately lost 90% of our business overnight. And so I knew that once I did start my own company, I was never going to focus on new construction. So that's less than 2% of what we do currently. Is new construction. So service and replacements is really where it's at for us. Yeah.
Again, good market for you to go to all these new neighborhoods and be like, hey, you want a fancy garage door?
That's right. Yeah.
Because none of them put that in. They all put that.
Well, and that's a great point. And for Jolly Goat, we are, we're not the cheapest ones out there. We're also not the most expensive, but we're definitely on the higher end. So we do always push higher end products. People know, people starting to understand when they see Jolly Goat, they're pulling up. We're not going to be the cheap guys. We're not going to be that guy that comes out that you had to just, is there for 10 minutes and doesn't call you back. That's not going to be us.
Right.
And part of our sales process, even our service technicians, I mean, they're on the job for an hour maybe before they even pull the tools off their truck.
Right.
And so that's something that's been successful for us as well.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys coming here, being here. I'm excited to keep learning more about your business.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're excited to be here. Listen, your wife has been amazing for us. It's been quite a journey with her and helping us understand our numbers and getting everything dialed in. And we wouldn't be where we are today without her services. And so we're very excited to be here and learn some more stuff for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, appreciate it. And
absolutely.
We'll continue the party.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin. Talk to you soon.
You've been listening to the Freedom Blueprint Podcast. Information is useless if not applied. So take what you've learned and go and implement it. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on social media at Freedom Blueprint for Home Services and hit the website at www.freedomblueprintpodcast.com. See you next time.